Thank you for staying with us. You are still watching eCentral. Now, the creative sector is a major contributor to many great nations, from fashion to art, media to music, and even photography. Joining us to talk about capturing fashion through his lens is fashion photographer and commercial filmmaker, Tobi Loke. Tobi, thank you for being a part of the show.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me. How you guys doing today?
We're good. I mean, it's rainy here, but it's all good. Tobi, I have seen some of your work, right? Incredible. Now, I have to ask, what about fashion just makes you so excited? Like, why fashion photography?
Yeah, fashion photography has been in existence for so many years. What's specific about fashion is how every individual interprets the outfits, how a designer, put the outfits together and how people wear the outfit. Fashion has always been like a part of the society and is always going to be here to stay.
I agree.
The recent concluded Met Gala has been a phenomenal increase in the society. So fashion is very, very essential for us in these contemporary days.
I agree with you. And I was going to ask you personally, Tobi, because for someone who knows how to capture, fashion so beautifully, are you a fashion guy yourself? What are some of your inspirations when it comes to fashion? Talk to me.
Yeah, basically, I always like to be behind the camera, right? And I'm a fashion person. I like to do creative directing. I like to style. I like to reach out to pieces and, trying to put things together. I personally, I would say I'm average, right? But I put my strength into bringing it to life. I like to work with designers, I like to work with models, I like to work with artists. My job and my responsibility is to bring out the best possible visual creative arts and tell a good story to society.
I got to be honest, you're doing a fantastic job. I mean, you recently photographed some of the world's biggest stars at the Met Gala. You talked about this. What was it like seeing all the glitz and glam in person? Because that would have been different from what I saw on socials. Talk to me.
Yeah, being international level right now as someone who grew up in Nigeria and being on the top peak of international level, it's so overwhelming. It's so realistic. Some of all these people are not, they're not really that different. When you see them in person, they're always they are cool, they are calm, they're interactive. When you capture this moment with them, you feel like you're bringing it to life. It's very, very challenging because there are other people, other creative in the industry trying to get the right shots. So you have to be game, you have to be at your A game, you have to think straight. You don't have to lose any second. It takes 10 seconds to get this perfect shot. 10 seconds is all you got. In fact, 6 seconds. If you miss it, they just go through, they don't waste time, they just go through the doors or anywhere to stay. Quickly, the security takes everybody into the door because of security and safety reasons. So you have to be in your A game, you have to be on your level. So even when you're right there, you're going to see a lot of people who are into the industry for about 20 years, 10 years. So being at that level right now and, trying to bring out the best, and challenging other creatives too in the industry means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And you can do those things. Definitely.
I must say, breathtaking in 6 seconds to get that it's insane, to say the least. But we're Nigerians and we're proud, and we saw Nigerians at the Met Gala this year, from Burner to Thames to Ira. How does that feel, being a Nigerian, seeing Nigerians doing this? How did that feel? Did you get to see them?
Yeah, I saw Burner. I saw Thames, I I Star, I saw, few of them, right? And Met Gala it's more like a competition, right? Everybody wants to shine because each celebrity has the brands backing them, the designers backing them, charity backing them, and every other to step up their games and elaborate what they are all about, and these people, when they come on stage, you got to take the right pictures of them. That's why they've always been on stage. On the Met Gala red carpet or blue carpet, or what we can see right now, you can see there are different celebrities, right? Different actors, different, people in different aspects of arts on that place. It's more like a battleground of different cultural diversities.
I like that.
You get the privilege to meet different people. You get the privilege to capture different stories of art, different people from different continents, Africa, South Africa, South America, Europe, so many people. So you get to see them and express their fashion, express their culture, express how to tell their stories and bring out the best in them. It's very interesting and very tough.
I'm going to be honest, our cultures are all beautiful, and you have definitely well represented that in the work that you've done. Now, a little birdie says that you're a cybersecurity analyst. Is this true? Because that would be a superpower to juggle both things. Talk to me, Tobi.
Since when I was a kid, I've always had a thing for computers, antivirus, networking, putting two cables together. And also I kind of had a thing for tech. So during my time in Africa and Nigeria, I've been a full-time filmmaker and photographer, and it's something I do frequently. I sleep and wake up with the cameras, and I'm always being creative every second of time. So I said to myself a few years, I was like, I've accomplished so much in these few years, and let me try and do something different. So I decided to pursue my master's in cybersecurity, and at the same time, I'm still trying to balance film and photography and fashion at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can do that. Huh.
You have to be on the top of your game. Trust me.
Wow. You know what? What drew you to fashion photography? Because I'm thinking to myself right now, like you said, successful over such a short period of time. Would you say in your time that it's a truly lucrative job? Like you will work and make your money?
Yeah, it's a very lucrative job. Like it's a kind of job where you get to be your own boss, you get to be your entrepreneurs, you get to work with different people, right? The fun thing, the most interesting thing about working in the fashion industry is that your clientels, they are retainables compared to like every other genres of photography or filmmaking, like weddings and all that. But this time around, you get to work with, like every year, there's different collections coming out. You have the spring collection, you have the fall collection, you have the summer, you have the winter. So different designers tend to create different outfits for different seasons of the year. So you get to keep working, I get to keep seeing different creativities. And the more you keep on being creative, the more your work keeps on spreading. So it's like a journey that doesn't have a stop. It's unlimited. So the fact that you got different people wearing the outfit, interpreting the outfit to the audience, speaks a lot about it.
When I hear you speak and the things you're doing, I'm thinking you're Nigerian. We're Nigerian. We're bold. We're taking up space. What about your Nigerian heritage, still influences you? The Nigerian you still carry in you anywhere you go around. What do you think?
Yeah, the Nigerian heritage in me has always been there. I'm a young boy that grew up in Ojo International, and in myself, flourished from local level to international level, and growing has always been by the grace of God. I'm from the tribe of Yoruba. I'm from Kwara State, Ilorin, to be precise. But people say I look like Igbo.
You
do. Yeah, I grew up with the Igbo people around me. Like if you're familiar with Alaba International, So I kind of have the mentality of the business experts. Like it's broader than me. Like I live around Igbo people, so I think like them, I act like them. But by blood or by nature, I'm Yoruba. So the culture has always been in me. So I'm kind of like, I find a way to balance everything and, put my best and put my feet on the gas.
Now, I'm going to be honest, Tobi. We're a creative generation right now, but also people very hungry for success. Everybody wants to blow. What advice do you have for that young photographer or creative who's out there who wants to do it big too?
Wow. The funny thing about this thing is that the most important thing is you don't have to stop. You just have to keep trying. Like when you don't have energy to keep doing things, you just have to keep trying.
Yeah.
Just keep doing. Keep practicing. I always, when I was in college, right, I always organized a personal project every week. And if the projects are not up to standard, I scrap them off. I started over again.
Wow.
This is what has kept me going because I kind of focused on my style and I stick to it. And people tell me that your style is not going to blow in Nigeria, stuff like that. But this is me right now. I mastered my arts my craft, and I just kept shooting. I kept working, and from there, I discovered my own identity, and I stick to it. So just keep trying, stay close to God, do good to people, and you're good to go.
I like when you said this is you right now. It makes me think, where is Tobiloke tomorrow? What's the big dream for you? What do you want to do?
My dream has always been for me to be one of the best directors for my generation. I always keep saying it. I feel like this is just a starting point, a level of foundation. But I want to get to the big stage. I want to get to the stage where I get to work with the Marvel, the DC, the Paramount TV, the Apple TV. Those have always been the dreams. As a young Nigerian boy growing up in the trenches, and I always want to get to that point. I feel like I have the potential to get to that point, and this is every step that I take is navigating me towards that point.
Yeah,
definitely.
I got to be honest, you're well on your way there, inspiring many others who are back home, and we're seeing you champion, honestly, creativity on a new level. So congratulations, well done. Of course, it was a great time chatting with you. For those who don't know, fashion photographer and commercial filmmaker, Tobi Loke.